What is up, everybody? It's Dynamik, and today we're going to be breaking down the series between the Western Wildcats and the Pacific Predators. So thank y'all for watching Dynamic Vision, and let's get into it. So Game 1 featured the Predators carrying some momentum from SLATE 1 into SLATE 2, but I think it was mostly just Ryan Cratch who showed that he is still in MVP form. I cannot talk enough about how good Ryan Cratch plays in these series. Even when they lose, he still looks like by far the best player. In this series, obviously he hit 4 home runs, which he delivered even when none of his teammates were on base. I think Pat Ballman himself was kind of shook from the first Cratch home run, and on this point in the game, he kind of struggled with some speed issues. He struggled with some control, and overall, it was just not a good game for him. It sucks too because he didn't really get another chance, and because he came off such a good SLATE 1, I feel like this has to be a disappointment for him, even though I'm sure his teammates and many Wildcats fans out there still have pure confidence in him being their ace. I also saw some solid hitting from the Wildcats between Sean Hornberger and Kyle Schultz, who had rough SLATE 1s, but in this game they seem that they are starting to pick it up a little bit more. And lastly, there is the Preds defense, which didn't impress me much at all. Obviously, you have Ryan Cratch on the mound, but once the ball gets past him, it's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen, because now they have Brendan Russell at shortstop, and he doesn't really throw the ball super accurately. He isn't the cleanest fielder, so it doesn't work out super well. And other than Cratch, this team doesn't really have too many good fielders. So that's something that I said in the SLATE 1 video. If Predators fans feel like they need to be concerned about it, they can, but honestly, I think it will be something that the Predators will get better at more the season goes on. Then Game 2 starts, where we see Evan Porter is out due to injury. It's something that I think the Wildcats got a little break on for sure, but I don't think it would have mattered because the way Jackson Pearson was playing, I don't think the Wildcats would have lost this game either way. Cratch, as always, did the best he could while fielding and hitting, but it just wasn't enough. Stephen McGlade got out of the first inning by the skin of his teeth, and then the rest of the game was business as usual. Stephen McGlade is going to struggle to find time with the Predators and in the MLW in general if he does not improve marginally. Pat Ballman, Kyle Schultz, and Jackson Pearson all batted extremely well this game and were huge when it came to winning this game. They also walked a ton, which is just a really big thing and a good sign for the Wildcats. But also something I want to talk about is how well Jackson Pearson played on the mound, because obviously he was huge to winning these next 2 games. I love Pat Ballman, I'm confident in him, but I don't know if they would have won these 2 if Jackson Pearson wasn't on the roster, because wow, did he just play amazing. I've complained about the Predators hitting before, but this one was not because they struggled to hit, it's because they struggled to hit off of Jackson Pearson himself. I still do think Pat Ballman is the guy, I still do think he's the ace. However, if another SLATE or series goes by similar to this one, I think the Wildcats might need to reevaluate where they're going to go with the pitching in the future, because obviously they have a lot of options and they've barely even tried out Hornberger yet. Then Game 3 happens, which is, in my opinion, the most interesting game of the series. Cratch struggled a little bit on the mound, but in my opinion, this is more of a nod to Wildcats hitters, as they are just nonstop. It feels like every single guy is good. I mean, they're even batting 5 people. This is something that teams like the Magic and even the Predators could use. So Cratch is now kind of rattled, makes a bad base running error running to home, and the Predators didn't really have a big chance when it came to the 3rd inning of this game, especially since Pearson was pitching so well. And I must admit, at the beginning of the game, I didn't really think it was a good idea for Pearson to be pitching. I thought that they should have went back to Pat because Pearson looked to be getting some hits off of him in the end of that game 2. However, he did an amazing job. I was clearly wrong. Great decision by Kyle Schultz, who also played amazing in this game and in the entire series as well, as he shakes off a bad SLATE 1. The last thing I'm going to say is I don't think Predators fans should be too concerned just yet, because while I do think the hitting wasn't amazing, you're going against a team that has a chance to win the World Series, and Predators fans, yeah, they do have a chance to win the World Series as well, but they kind of just got outplayed here. I didn't really talk about Levi Fleer either. He had a pretty solid series, but really, that's all I need to say about this game. So thank you guys for watching. Love y'all, and peace.